Hello and welcome to the Wine Group. My name is Ezra James, Director of the Wine Group Australia, the home of the best wine sales team in Australia and home to the best value for money wines in the country. Today we're going back in time when big shoulder pads were the norm, big hair was in, and Madonna was top of the pops. And if you weren't standing out, you weren't getting noticed. Of course, I'm talking about the 80s. This was a time when Chardonnay was booming and was one of, if not the most sought after varietal being consumed in Australia. It wasn't until the late sort of early to mid 90s where Chardonnay started to lose its appeal and consumers started turning to sort of lighter style wines with a much more crisp and lean finish. And of course, this paved the way to the Sauvignon Blanc takeover, which we still see as the more dominant varietal consumed in today's market. However, Chardonnay, just like big hair, the shoulder pads and Madonna, of course, may have fallen out of fashion, but in recent years, this wine has started to make a real comeback on Australian wine lists and in consumer shopping baskets. Although there's been a really big change in the way Chardonnay is being produced from the sort of late 1980s. We're seeing the grapes picked earlier, a reduction in alcohol, high toast oak has been replaced by low toast, the barrel sizes have generally doubled, lees stirring is no longer a standard practice, and the time in oak has been shortened somewhat. We are seeing now what is classified as a New World Chardonnay, with the result being brighter, fresher and more subtle and fruit driven. And the feedback from our team and from the customers is they miss the 80s style Chardonnay, the type that is heavy, buttery, it's creamy and it's really oaky. And today, whilst I do not have an exact replica, I have something that certainly has a combination of all of the above. And we have managed to get a small parcel of 128 dozen. So Chardonnay drinkers, you're in for a real treat. The wine we have is the 2017 Eden Valley Stone Valley Reserve Selection Chardonnay. The vineyard that produced this wine are super famous, in particular for Chardonnay, consistently rating high in particular for its Chardonnay. It is one of the most sought after areas in Eden Valley, high above the sea level, and is one of those old rare style Chardonnay vineyards that are still around, with the winemaker staying true to his unique take on the Chardonnay grape, which has really paid dividends for the vineyard, being one of the most renowned vineyards for Chardonnay in the region. So let's give the wine a swirl and check out the colour. So you can see this is definitely not your New World style Chardonnay just by the colour. It doesn't have the pale sort of see-through colour, and you can really see this is done time in oak because the colour is darker and it's a lot richer on the eye. Let's check out the nose. This has definitely got a very distinct sort of rich tone to it. There is aromas of sort of stone fruit, and I'm getting like a white peach and definitely a nectarine tone in there. Let's have a quick taste. So this wine is something really special. It has a lovely sort of rich creaminess, a great weight to it. There is a really great backbone of acidity that lingers through the palate, and you can tell the wine has gone through that fermentation process in French oak, as there's certainly an oaky sort of background, but it doesn't overpower the wine, which it really integrates well with the other sort of strong characters which are really humming in the background. The mouthfeel is absolutely divine, and being a Chardonnay drinker, this is a really impressive wine. The option to cellar this wine is certainly there. If you want to give it a few extra years in the bottle, it would really showcase what a superb job the winemaker's done on this wine. However, if you can't wait that long, it's certainly good to drink now. If I was to drink this wine with food, I'd definitely pair it well with like the creaminess and the oakiness of the wine. It would go well with things like grilled chicken, like a creamy pasta, or a really sort of fine, rich fish. The wine could easily be found on a wine list at a high-class restaurant at that sort of $40 to $50 mark. However, would retail comfortably around the $28 bottle mark, $3.44 a case of 12. As mentioned in earlier, being a reserve selection, we've only managed to snag ourselves 128 dozen. So we are letting our customers experience the greatness of this wine at the incredible price of $159 for 12 bottles, which works out to be about $13 a bottle. And like all our wines, comes with free shipping. And just because Chardonnay drinkers are a touch fussy, myself included, we have the 100% taste test money back guarantee. You can find the 2017 Stone Valley Eden Valley Chardonnay on oakroadestate.com.au, or if you do prefer the personal touch, get in touch with our wine advisors between 8 AM and 7:30 PM, on 03 8551 3300, or subscribe to our YouTube channel below and stay up to date with the special offers. Cheers and enjoy the wine.